With assets and arbitrage. I know we on Uber early, y'all, but we've been up since 3:30. It's a long day, and we still have basketball and 1,000 other things to do this evening. But we did not want to neglect the show today.
Yes.
So, Baby Case and I, we sit in the room talking,
Yeah.
meditating,
Yeah.
thinking about stuff, trying to rule the world like Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah, like we say, we always gonna say keep stacking, 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 stack your sats, stack your ounces. Anything else you invest in, just keep stacking. We always say dollar cost averaging. I like to call it. I'm sorry. I like to call it chopping wood. Just which means if you guys are familiar with splitting wood, it's an arduous task.
Sounds very sexual.
Well, it's not.
Considering we got 4 kids, I'm
It's an
trying to figure
arduous
out
task.
what you're telling them.
It's an arduous task of chopping wood, and I watch these people who want to be off the grid, and they often have Bitcoin themselves, silver, and things like that.
Them guys with their wives.
Yes, but they have to. So what they do is they have these little ovens. What are those ovens called? The belly oven is the one that
Not a pot belly.
pot belly oven, and you'll split the wood, chop the wood, and you got to have it get enough wood because a lot of these people are in northern places where it gets cold, very cold in the winter, and you have to make sure that there's enough wood to get you through the winter. So that's why it is important, as a saying, is chopping wood because they're chopping wood so that they can get through the season, and it's a life. It matters for life.
What show is that everybody used to love when the dude used to be like, "Winter is coming"?
That is Game of Thrones.
So just have an idea, like there's a weird economic apocalyptic winter that people are forecasting to come. So hubby uses chopping wood, splitting wood. I say little Dutty build big dam. But basically the grasshopper and the ant story. Hi dear bit, hi sweetheart.
Hello,
Thank you
dear
so
bit.
much for joining.
Thank you.
But the parents, y'all parents should know the story. But for those of you who don't have children, you may not know the story. Is they had these ants, and ants are always symbolized as diligence, right? Slow and steady, constantly moving. Hi, E. Deb and L. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, good sir. Thank you.
And grasshoppers are symbolic for playfulness, probably because they make all that noise with their feet. But anyway, so the story goes is all summer long, the ants were getting together, right? A whole collective community of ants.
Is this the same story, or we?
Yeah, the ants and the grasshopper. I'm telling them a story.
I thought it was the grasshopper and the tortoise.
No, that's the tortoise and the hare.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me slide back. I don't know what I'm talking about.
But the grasshopper and the ant is the story about dollar cost averaging.
Okay.
It's like, like, what y'all talking about? So the grasshoppers, a collective group of grasshoppers, spent the entire summer working. And I don't know if you've ever seen ants in real life. They'll get like 1 grain of sugar and pass it along up the chain, ant to ant to ant to ant to ant to ant. If you guys have ever traveled outside of the country, you would likely in tropical countries experience the cleaner ants.
Oh man.
And little by little, they just pass this one thing from ant to ant to ant to ant, and they place the food in their storehouse, right? Whether it's sugar or whatever the food it was they were collecting. And there was a grasshopper, and he was making fun of them all summer long. He's playing, he's taking naps, he's resting, he's jumping, he's making noise with his little grasshopper feet like a cricket. And when the winter came, he didn't have any food because he played all summer. And the ants, power laws, and the ants had to share their food that they spent all summer accumulating with the grasshopper that didn't have any food. And it's a great story that parents tell their children regarding preparedness, right? If you do the housekeeping little by little every single day, it's not a big feat. But if you were one of those people who got your syllabus at the beginning of the semester, know that this paper is 72% of your GPA for the class, and you waited the last 2 weeks of the semester to do your paper, you realize just how stressed out you were, and you probably didn't get the best grade that you could. Some people work very well under that type of pressure.
Yeah.
The majority of the people don't. And then you have the students who spend all semester long, little by little, getting their resources, putting their footnotes together, so on and so forth. And those are your magna cum laudes, those are your summa cum laudes, those are your surgeons, and all of these great people in life. So for us, there is an economic winter that people are forecasting. We understand that Bitcoin is ultimate scarcity, right? And we keep using the term ultimate scarcity because there are 8 billion people in the world.
Yeah, that's what
divided
they say.
by 21
That's what they say.
million
Yeah.
Bitcoin, right? We're not even talking sats now. We're talking like whole coins. It's just not enough to go around. So for those of us who have access, little by little, for some people, 100 million Satoshis feels like a big, it feels like a big leap. It feels like a lot to do. And it's like, you don't understand that if you do, day by day or week by week or twice a month or month by month, you'll eventually get to where you're going. But it does require consistency, dedication, commitment, and sacrifice.
Yes, indeed. So let's go into the what we're going to talk about. We got a few people in the room, and what we have on deck here is a book.
Let's see the blank page.
Oh, okay. It's a book that we had read a while back, but we revisited this over as we were talking to each other. It's called, what is this book called? This book is called The 12-Week Year. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure I'm all
By
right.
Brian Moran and another guy.
Okay, so this book is the author, Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington. It's called The 12-Week Year, and it's about breaking your year down into 12-week segments, which isn't unusual, as you know, as you guys on investors, you understand that they do things quarterly.
Yep.
And that's all it is, 12 weeks quarterly. But what they're trying to do is run their life like you would run a corporation, right?
Right. So we tell you guys all the time, Simon family, we don't play. We run our household like a corporation. So the 12-week year is something that we actually live by here. That's how we operate. And it's a way for us to supercharge our goals.
Right.
So it's like goal achieving with the Hemi. Right.
So he breaks it down into six. He has 6 ways, and number one, which he said, the 12-week year speeds up, and you see more in the 12-week year. So if you say your year starts in January 1st,
yep. So
it goes to April 1st.
We do January to April. That's how we start the year off. So where most people do their New Year's resolutions for the entire year.
For the entire year.
We do our benchmarks from January 1st to April 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And then you and I typically sit down like a real board of directors. It's just the two of us. And we go over the benchmarks that we would have set in January, and we're reviewing it all along the way. We do every Saturday night, Simon and I go over our weekly goals, because 12 weeks is a very short, condensed period. So we have to do the weekly thing. We do it together Saturday night. Mm-hmm. And then on April 1st, we have like a mock board of director meeting on quarterly earnings. We deal in a life portfolio. So not just our finances, but other areas of our life, whether it's professional, personal. Y'all know Simon homeschools, so curriculum review, because the kids are also on quarters. And everybody in the house runs on a 12-week year. And that's how we get shit done. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, baby.
So number 2, you kind of got through, excuse me, you got through 2 because it forces you to take action. And all that means is people, you know how people get to the end of the year, they want to, oh, it's the end of the year, we got to hurry up and do something. This forces you to take action in a small condensed period, like she said. So she really got to that.
But I just want to talk about that too.
Mhm.
And it's easy to talk about because like we do it. I don't even know you have to know that. You just tell them what we do.
No, I mean,
But
I'm going over the book.
so what people typically do is new year, new me, right? January 1st. And what your average person does or what the masses do is their plan is out to December 31st. So you're giving your mind the illusion that you have more time than you really do.
Yes.
In a sense, you do have a hell of a lot of time,
Yep.
but not really. And then what happens, right? By, let's say, March, you're not going to the gym anymore. You're not eating clean. What are other New Year's resolutions? You're not saving money. You're not doing any of the things that you sat down on New Year's Eve putting together in your notebook or putting together in your mind. Two, most people do their New Year's resolutions here. And the mind is a funny thing. Excuse me. While it is a supercomputer, it's also a very abstract world. Stuff just floats around in there. Sometimes things float away. Sometimes, like a supercomputer, information gets archived. And y'all know when you're using a computer, if information gets archived, you have to perform a function in order to recall that information. Right? So sometimes you have the best of intentions to do stuff. That information, your brain done archived and you forgot that you said that that's what you were going to work on and that's what you were going to do. So with the 12-week year, like he's saying, it forces you to look at your goals daily,
Yes.
weekly, in a shorter condensed period.
Mm-hmm.
So what you would do is you're going to get 4 times as many goals completed as the average person because your 12-week year consists of 4 segments. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of times when people are looking at some of the things that the Simon family does, the way we incorporate our children, running the house like a corporation, corporations, I don't know any corporation that doesn't run in quarters, right? First quarter earnings, second quarter earnings, first quarter report, second quarter report. I don't know any corporation that doesn't run that way. And if you run your household that way, you are constantly on top of the things that need to get done. You're constantly reviewing the things that need to be reviewed. You're constantly eliminating the things that are obsolete, that no longer benefit you. You're replacing them with things that need to be done that will benefit you, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And corporations, like any business process, you're looking at this every day. That's your business operations model. Business ops is a daily thing. And you run your household like that. That's how we run our household every single day. And then we have our, end of week summary. Simon and I, we sit in the bedroom. That's our pillow talk. Nothing romantic. We're doing our end of week summary. And then we revise or revitalize or eliminate.
Yeah. And I want to just, we're going to recognize everybody. Shoot, I'm sorry, guys. Shout out to Stan, Let Freedom Ring.
Will
Stan,
45.
Will 45 is in the building. What's up, y'all? It's funny what you said. I bet that family dinner table discussions are lit. They are lit.
They seem boring, though. That's just it,
They
though.
are lit.
It would seem boring to most people.
Yeah, it's but it's about productivity.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. We want everybody to be productive in what it is that they're doing, because everybody in the house, it's a big house, it's 6 people, but everybody's doing something different. Like, we're doing something different than them. And so we want them to be productive in their things that they're doing. And then we focus on being productive in what we're doing. But we still have to stay on top of them because, they are children. So,
but everybody in the house, with the exception of Tino, and he's highly functioning to be autistic, they are high performers.
Yeah.
So, our 22-year-old is a professor of English, so he's got to constantly do his curriculum review for his students at the local school where there is, it's not a language barrier for us because we're fluent, but things do get lost in translation. So he constantly has to review his lesson plans.
Yes, indeed.
Reginald is being looked at by scouts. So he's a high performer as far as athletics goes. So while it's not solely physical, Reginald reads in between.
Yeah, Reginald, and on top of being a high performer in athletics,
He's a scholar.
he's a scholar. He's very, very intelligent, and so he's got it. He got the juice, as they said.
He got a jacket like Bishop, y'all. You want to take a picture and put it on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, man,
Every time he come around, oh, I'm showing my age. If y'all ever seen Juice, he got this jacket just like Tupac, who played the character Bishop.
Yeah.
So whenever he say that, that's funny to me. But they can be high performers because we've instilled in them this 12-week year.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who work really well under pressure, 12, that's right up your alley because you only got 12 weeks to get it done. And your outcomes are, I think they did the stats. Y'all fact check me, but I believe they said the outcome of a 12-week year achiever are almost 70% more impactful, would be the word, than the average person who's actually working towards something, but working towards something in a calendar year.
Yeah, and I'm gonna bring up this one here. Number 3 is, I think, is one of the most important. Measuring your results. So you have to measure results. You have what he has is lead and lag indicators, right? So if you looked at that, you have to think about, execution is the most important, right? It's the main lead indicator. Let me get that right. I'm sorry, y'all. So a lead indicator will be something that you could see as you do it, and a lag indicator would be more considered as something where you're looking for the end result, right? So say if you want to lose 30 pounds, all right, the end result is 30 pounds of loss of weight. That will be a lag indicator. The lead indicator is, are you going to the gym? Are you following your diet? Are you doing the things that you need to do to get to the end result, which the lag indicator? And what he also emphasizes that be more focused on the lead indicator, what you do every day.
Your behavior.
Right? Your behavior is more important than the end result, right? If you set out to lose 30 pounds and you lost 27, all right, so you didn't meet your actual goal, but the execution was there every day, chopping wood. And so that's measuring results, and measuring results, and it develops into a habit. And I didn't want to. I don't know what else we got on here.
Before you go, right? Because this goes right into lead and lag. So we are not sponsored by these people. These are tools and instruments that we use to get the gains and the outcomes that we get. I know you guys probably like, "Ooh, you got super type A personality." Yes, I do. I'm so sorry. And I could probably only be, when they tell you there's somebody for everybody, I could probably only be married to him because he understands my level of crazy.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about back in the day? Back in the day when you used to chase me around and she finally wore me down.
Y'all don't listen to him.
She wore me down.
Nobody chasing him.
Oh, what
nobody chasing him. E. Devin L. said Bishop was something else. He was a straight up menace. Bishop had to die. Look at that character the first. I know. He was all hyped up, talking about Rodimus and we always running like the goddamn track team. Rue laughing. Rue, ain't you supposed to be at work? You watching from work, Rue? Oh, really? I want to shout out my content cousin, Ruel Black. That is I'm going to call him my mystic buddy. We be going there in the esotericism. So we're not sponsored by these people, but like I said, these are tools and instruments that we use that we feel are powerful. I don't have another word for it. So this is it's the Clever Fox. It's by a company called Panda planners. The clever is the 13-week Ultimate Achiever Planner. Baby, what you about to do?
Hold on, I'm gonna get my readers so I can sit on what I'm talking about.
Oh Lord, y'all. You see how vain he is? Y'all didn't even know he wore glasses. Did y'all?
I
He
need
won't
my
wear them.
readers, man.
He
I
can't
can't
see
read
nothing.
shit.
So this is the Clever Fox 13-week Ultimate Achiever Planner. I've been using these planners for years, probably about 5 years now. And as you can see, I'm not BSing y'all. Like, we use the planner every day, all sorts of colors. So it breaks it into, you got your goals in the beginning, and it's very definitive. So define my goal. And here is like my health goal. And then like what areas of your life is it going to impact? And then here it'll say, if I achieve my goal, how will my life improve? And these have to be clear and concise statements that you make. All right. It really brings out the writer in you. And then you have what they have, milestones. Well, milestones are really your benchmarks. So by April 1st, for here, the weight loss, I had to do by May 31st because there was a certain amount of weight loss that I needed to get, and I couldn't get it in 1 quarter. Benchmark 2, how much activity I need in a day. Benchmark 3, how I'm going to take my vitamins, etc. Benchmark 4, what exercises and diet that I need to have in order to meet my goal. And then you have like a little mind map with stickers and stuff. And you have about 5 goals, so different areas of your life, personal development, career development, so your occupational goals. Y'all know I go hard at work just like I do at home. And then the financial goals are blank because Simon and I we are, what's the word I'm looking for? We are going to be doing something completely different this year. Of course, dollar cost averaging for us is like breathing, so it's automatically going to get done.
Yeah.
But we do want to revisit how we're going to be doing certain investments. God willing, I am looking at a substantial raise. So Simon and I are really Simon because he's the brains behind the wallet.
Yeah, and this is
He the brains behind the wallet.
this is a Bitcoin cryptocurrency show, but we do keep introducing precious metals. So we have heavy investments in precious metals, mining here in Mexico, as we are here in Mexico.
Yeah. We want to do something radical.
Yeah, so we're looking maybe to open our own mine.
Okay.
So
sounds scary.
Yeah, I don't want to work in the mine, but
we're looking into it, right? We don't know, and regardless of the outcome, the journey is going to teach us a lot, and it's going to help us reset and reshape and reshift our perspective and how we invest and what we're investing in. So we left that blank because we're working on that together, and we're going to put the pieces in place as we go. But that planner helps to keep you on task, right? If you miss a day in the daily part, no big deal. It's undated. You just start fresh the next day or whenever you come back to it. I think it's like $20 on Amazon, but absolutely worth the investment. And then if you're like, yeah, I can probably buy $20 worth of Bitcoin, you can make your own planner. So this is more for 6 months than it is for quarterly. And we just break the goals down, spiritual goals, health goals. Y'all know I'm trying to stay fly for him. Personal development, occupational. And then where you see the tabbies, all I do is as I'm benchmarking, as I'm getting stuff done, as I get ideas, as there's things that need to be done, we jot them out here, and I review these weekly as well.
And and just for my family out here who are sports fans, you understand. We sit around, we watch football, and we watch basketball. You understand that the game is broken down into 4 quarters. And I, as been a former athlete, high level athlete, I'm gonna give myself that pat. And being a coach, you know that you have to see the game through each quarter, right? You had the first quarter, second quarter, and what he says right here. Hold on, let me put my glasses on.
But your planner should be like your playbook.
Yeah, because he said make time for to regroup and reflect. And if you were playing in the sport, that would be halftime. Halftime, you guys all know we play football, basketball. Halftime, coach gonna give a speech. We're gonna things we doing wrong, things we doing right, and we're gonna get back out here in the next 2 quarters to try to fix that. And I use sports references because I grew up through sports, but that's a quarterly. That's quarterly, right? 4 quarters. We're talking about 4 quarters through a calendar. So this is how you can do, maybe in the middle of the year, you take time to regroup, slow down. Like, all right, we've worked a lot. Let's reflect on what we've done, and this is what we're going to do now in the last 2 quarters.
Right. In addition to that, and this is why we talk about the discipline, we talk about just like you manage your money, there are people who manage their money well and their time management is shit. And you got to remember that time is your most precious commodity. So if you're trying to kind of tighten things up, you definitely want to do what I would call is a time study, and not anything real tedious, but just how do I spend time during the day? What time do I wake up every day? Do I wake up at different times every day? Do I wake up at the same time every day? Is there room for me to get up a little bit earlier so I can organize my day before just jumping in and reacting and responding to everything that comes my way? Because what that leaves you feeling is you did a whole bunch of stuff today and didn't get anything done.
And conversely, what time do I go to bed so that I get a nice restful sleep that night? I understand that we all have, families and things, and we have to be up a little bit later, but you want to try to go to bed the same time every night and get up the same time every day to help smooth out the volatility. Right.
Just like with money, just like with the market.
Yeah.
You want to smooth out the volatility of your day. So part of your 12-week year is formulating a daily routine so that you can meet your daily benchmarks, your weekly benchmarks, and then finally that quarter of a year benchmark. The most productive people, when you talk about wealth and the wealth mindset, and we're now starting to realize that in that wealth mindset, Bitcoin has its own unique profile in a sense, right? The most productive people typically get up between 4 and 6 a.m.
Yes.
Right? They're not getting up at 10. They're not getting up at 30. Now, granted, there are some people who you may work second shift. So unfortunately, that is your day.
Yeah, that's your day.
Right? You work third shift. So that is your day. But if those aren't your factors, you get up, productive people, they get up between 4 and 6 a.m. Simon and I, we get up at 3:45. Because it take me 45, 50 minutes to just get dressed. The hair not done yet, eyelashes aren't on or anything.
Yeah, and like I said last night, and I'll go into, you talking about a morning routine in this 12-week year. So I deal with some gentlemen. They are of stoicism.
They're stoic, okay.
Yeah, they're stoic, and some of the things they say is when you first wake up, you should drink water, right? First thing you should do is you drink water. 2, they say you should bypass grabbing your phone or personal device.
Don't.
And they say you should read something of knowledge, whatever you want to call it. If you want to read the Bible, you want to read something of knowledge this way or that way. And they also recommend after that you ground yourself. Going outside with the shoes and socks off, grounding yourself to the earth.
It's been cold, so we haven't been doing that.
Yeah, it's tough
but
to do
when
that.
it's warm, we live on a mountain. We're right under a pyramid, so a ley line does run through here. So we try to do that when we can.
Yeah, so ground yourself. Do these 3 things before you get up, before you drink coffee and do all this stuff and get on Twitter or whatever.
Don't get on Facebook
or something like that. Then you can come back and handle that stuff, right? But that's like a morning routine? You get up and you get yourself going.
So the most productive people, when they did a study of like 6,000 wealthy people, $1 million or more earners or income or net worth, between 4 to 6 a.m., those people get up. They either read, like he said, or they read their Bible or they pray. We prefer to do Bible study in the morning. We start the day with God, we end the day with God. And they make their bed. I know that's crazy that I'm telling you this because I didn't know, I'm a mama. I'm a black mama at that. So y'all better make y'all bed, right? I better not come in your room, bed not made. But Jordan Peterson, Tony Robbins, what's Beast Mode's name?
Whose name?
Beast Mode.
Beast Mode. Eric Thomas.
Eric Thomas. They are out here telling people to make their bed. So please, right? If you're one of those people who roll out of bed and just leave it like that, the first thing that you accomplish for the day is making your bed. Then they typically organize their space. So if that's cleaning up their room, decluttering their office, whatever that may be, this is a particular routine that they do day in, day out, weekends included. And this routine becomes what we call a habit. And that helps them to move into what we call planning mode. Many of the high net worth individuals also include some type of exercise before, getting to the office. So whether it's the treadmill or jogging, what's his name? David Goggins.
Oh man.
He gonna run 16 miles before he sit down at his desk. But when they sit down at their desk, they plan their day. They do not react and do not respond to how the day is going to go. They command their days by planning. And a great way for you to take command of your day somehow, some way, get you a notebook, get the planner I suggested, however you want to do it, sit down and plan your day. It's much more productive for you to see what your day looks like. So like I said, a lot of people try to do everything from here. Don't do that. We too old to be doing that anyway, right? We're older. We have a lot of stuff on our minds. Things happen when your day goes to crap. You forgot all of the stuff that you had on your mind earlier. Write it down so you can stick to it. And the things that you didn't get to today goes on your planner for tomorrow.
But part of the daily plan is the stacking of sats and silver.
Absolutely.
Right? You want your ounces, you want your sats. This is part of your daily plan. Maybe you don't buy it daily, but just keep in mind, on this day, we're going to have to do it, and that, and
So when we get paid, the first bill Simon pays is our investment bill. That's what he calls it, right? No utility gets the money first. No whatever other expense we have gets the money first. First thing he does is starts allocating funds to our investments. We have a lot of our investments that are automatic. They come out. I don't even see it.
They're automated, yeah.
Right? And to me, in this day and age, that's the best way to do it, because far too often when things come up, that's the first thing people try to cut back on is their investments.
Yeah, and I want to say, because we'll go old school style to Dave Ramsey, and Dave Ramsey is going to tell you, pay yourself first. And that's what it don't have to be much. He has a rubric where he wants it to be the 5 to 20%, right? So whatever you make, if all you can do is 5%, pay yourself first before you let the money fly out. You got to pay, like she says, electricity, utility, rent, mortgage, whatever.
People
car
have
payment,
credit card bills, car insurance.
Pay yourself first. Make sure you pay yourself first, even if it's not that much. Just do it. It's chopping wood.
Set yourself to the side first. Take care of you first.
Let's get in this chat room, because some people in here, man. What we talking about in the chat room,
okay,
y'all?
Bitcoin Shango. I don't know if we welcomed you to the room.
Shango.
Cryptonomics, welcome. Cryptwork. Hi, love. She gets up at 4. Will Hadi said, like the quarterly cycles. Yes, most businesses run on a quarterly cycle. You should run your household on a quarterly cycle as well.
Yes, indeed.
That's why businesses, for the most part, are profitable, because they're in constant review of business processes, business operations, where funds are going, where funds are coming from, obviously from a financial standpoint. But your household is way more dynamic than just a business who's in for profit. Your profits are lifestyle, your profits are financial. Your profits may be your children's upbringing. Your profit may be your health, right? So you absolutely want to run it with the idea of business operations, with the idea of business cycles, but make sure that your household business is more dynamic than a functioning corporation. Ruel Black. Yep, there's a ley line that runs through here. There's a pyramid up there that they have these monks and they protect the pyramid. Not sure what's going on there, but we can feel the ley line. There's a lot of activity. The animals come. We have a lot of animals, but the estate animals come, and they particularly like our estate prairie grass. But I think it has something to do with the ley line, if I could be, if I had to suspect. EWNL 345. Wow, stoicism is pretty deep though, for real. Ruel Black. In Islam, it said if you don't make your bed, bad jinn can hop in it.
Hey, that's what's up.
Bad jinn can hop in it.
Yes, indeed. That's what's up. He's
Cleanliness
real.
is next to godliness, but you absolutely want to make up your bed. It is the first thing that you achieve for the day. So make that a thing if it's not a thing for you. Y'all are probably among of the most underrated folks on YouTube. Oh, thank you, Bitcoin Shango. Thank you both. Bitcoin Shango says, I love ounces. May not be the ounces. Y'all are, oh. He like, ounces.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta stack your ounces. That's all I'm gonna say.
And then D on Ondamov says, hey y'all, please say the planner name again. Yes. D Love, it's part of Panda Planner is the name of the company, but the actual planner on Amazon is the Clever Fox 13-week Ultimate Achievers Planner. Now, this planner is not for the faint of heart. And if it takes you a few tries for it to become habit, take all the time you need. But if you can get into making this your daily mojo session, make sure you do it. It comes with these great stickers. So y'all see, I use the stickers. I use different color pens. Like, I'm very creative. So if I'm going to sit with this for 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night, it's got to look the way I need it to look. I even, scheduling when Simon and I got to go get groceries, my meetings. I also scheduling loving my hubby. Make sure I give him kisses for the day, family prayer, coffee date with hubby. It's a great planner, but it's a great way to get your reviews in. And then I just want to show them the weekly review.
It's very nice. You write very small.
I do write very small because the lines are small. The lines are small.
I need a legal pad, y'all.
You need the college rule. You need that wide rule.
Yeah, I need that college rule.
But they have a weekly review where you
That's nice though.
Let me do this one because I just did it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go in here. He said, "Awesome sauce. Hey y'all, please say the. Hey, yeah, I got the planner. Okay. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So you got like the weekly. The weekly asks you a whole bunch of questions. How you felt. Are you taking time to rest and recharge? What 3 things are motivating you no matter what? What are your wins? What can you do better? What do you need to improve on? What are your professional strengths? And you sit and you answer the prompts. So it's a really great tool to get you into that discipline and to get you in the habit of doing what you need to do.
You see what I couldn't have. It was got very small.
Bitcoin Shango. Most sayings and old wives' tales that we all grew up with in and around church, Black, Christian, and Islamic, have their roots in our ancient pre-missionary traditions, and that's true, right? Simon and I, we make the bed and then we sweep our room, because y'all know, for the West Indies, I don't know about the foundational Black Americans, but for the West Indians, you're sweeping away bad energy and bringing in good energy. So I do sweep the room. It shouldn't be superstitious because I'm cleaning, but it's a way to sweep away the bad energy and bring in good energy.
And for the homie Bitcoin Shango, we did have a nice, what would you call it, statue.
Oh yeah,
Of
we
the
had
warrior.
Shango. Yep,
Yeah,
we
the
did.
warrior Shango that we got from, it's called the Magical City. It's in Cuernavaca, Mexico. You can look it up. It's a great city. You
It
get a
was
lot
made
of
of
things out.
onyx.
Yeah, he was made of onyx, but my kids destroyed it. They
The
broke it.
baby dropped it.
They broke it. I put it back together.
And he broke again.
And he broke again. I put it back together one more time, and then he shattered. So we had to.
That was enough.
Yeah, but Shango, we had Shango right there in the living room.
Yep, a
So
big
shout
black
out.
onyx Shango.
So shout out to Bitcoin.
I forgot about that. Bitcoin Shango said, I just threw the planner in my Amazon cart. No worries, y'all. Ooh, I'm gonna write a planner so y'all can buy it. No worries, y'all. I write hella small tools from decades of having to write in them old military pads. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm used to writing in these little small spaces.
Right? Come on.
No lines. My words is like creeping down to the right. I think I write up to the left if there's no lines.
Yeah.
Up to the right, I mean, if there's no lines. But we realize we've been saying for a long time that we run our family, we run our household like a business. And we've gotten a few emails lately like, that's great. How?
I wanted to get to the last two though, because I jumped over some. So we got to get to accountability.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, biggie.
Excuse me. I can't even get it together. Results every 3 months. That's the accountability. And then we talked about having accountability partners, where they can hold you. Say you didn't make it. If you didn't make it, somebody can say something to you. You don't get upset. Like, all right, I didn't make it. This comes in line with people who want mentors and things, where you want to take it back to your mentor and say, hey, and it's like, no,
right,
then you didn't meet your benchmarks.
But then the accountability should be on you as well when you're in your planner and you're going over it. And so you do your planner 15 minutes in the morning, you do your planner 15, maybe 30 minutes at night, depending if you're going to be planning for the next day. Some people do it all in one thing. Other people do it twice a day. But the accountability factor, what did I get done today? What didn't I get done today? And think to yourself, why didn't I get it done today? Is it that because quite often we can misplan, right? Sometimes we put too much on our plate for the day and it wasn't reasonable to begin with. Other times, if you sit back and think about it and you're like, oh, you know what? I sat on IG for 2 hours when I really went on IG to get somebody's contact. I was supposed to go on Twitter to message a content cousin and ended up watching a video that such and such. So just being accountable to yourself on what went right, why did it go right, what went wrong, why did it go wrong, and then making the adjustments.
Gotcha.
And don't beat yourself up, right? Because stuff happens. A friend calls you on Facebook.
Yeah, life happens.
That you hadn't talked to in a long time. You talked to them for 2 hours.
Shout out to the big homie. He would always say, life happens to all of us. Right?
Yeah, Cameron Sam used to say that.
Yeah, so life happens, if something happens and it disrupts your schedule, just readjust.
But getting up early allows you to command your day and leaves room for the little happenings in the day, right? Hiccups, great things that happen, so on and so forth.
I got a nail in my tire in my truck, so now we gotta go deal with that. Silly stuff. It's silly stuff. Yeah. It happens every day. And so don't, like she said, don't beat yourself up. No, you just readjust. Okay, we'll make it happen the next day.
Getting up early is a great instrument that helps you during the day when you need to adjust and you stay in command of your day.
Yes.
You command the day doesn't command you.
Man.
Shango said, but yes, thank you all for being around. We all are that iron sharpening iron. Yes, as iron sharpens iron, so should one man sharpen another. It's
Yes.
biblical.
Biblical.
Together we can go helliciously far. Yes. Um, Two, just being mindful and cognizant that the distractions are there on purpose, right? Your Facebook, your Instagram, um, salacious videos. If you're a guy who likes soft, pretty women and you on IG and that's all that's on there, understand that these distractions are there to deter you from whatever potential you can possibly meet
Yes.
as the divine human beings that you are. The accountability partner is clutch because it doesn't matter how disciplined you are, doesn't matter how powerful you are, doesn't matter how, ultimate achiever you are. You need an accountability partner. You need some type of mentorship. It'll help you, like he said, as iron sharpens iron. If you are about sharpening the swords in your sheath, absolutely look towards who you can trust that will fill that role and be optimal in it.
Mm.
Okay, I am autonomous. I get a lot of stuff done. I'm very goal focused, goal oriented. Even with all of that, Simon takes me to a level that I'm not really sure I would be able to achieve by myself, partly because he's outside looking in. Two, every now and then you do get distracted, or sometimes you get discouraged, and you need that person to just kind of like lift
Yeah.
your spirits. You're doing great. Overachievers tend to beat themselves up horribly, even though they've gotten a whole bunch of stuff done.
This is true.
So in order to up level the way you want to up level in life, accountability partner, mentor, women, I'm pausing for effect. There is nothing wrong with seeking mentorship from your spouse. If you are okay getting a complete stranger, and it's great, right? If you're getting somebody who your goals and your dreams is this person's reality, absolutely reach out to them as a mentor. But I'm noticing that there's this weird narrative that your spouse cannot mentor you, he cannot teach you something new, he can't lead you, he can't do all of these weird things. And we got to shake those bad narratives off. We have to be teachable. We have to be coachable. We have to let go of the control that I'm in charge, I know better than you, I'm smarter than you, I have to be right. Right? You have to humble yourself. God says in Malachi, humble yourself before me and you will do well. So I'm talking to my ladies who are independent, your magical unicorns, your girl magic, girl power, all of those great things, but you are not an island, okay? Um, you're not a peninsula either, right? So if y'all gonna hit me with the Andre 3000 line, you're not a peninsula either. So we need each other, and this is why, as Shango had pointed out, as iron sharpens iron, right? The iron can't sharpen itself.
Go ahead, read the things, and I'll go in on that a little bit.
He said, this is Shango. Y'all are motivating the heck out of me. Thank you. I let life smack me in the mouth far too often. Shango, look, our email is in that thing. Just call us. We'll sit, we'll chop it up, we'll talk. We plan, you plan, you know what I mean? And you do need to be in rooms with people who are like-minded. And I'm calling it the Bitcoin mindset. Y'all don't steal that. It's copywritten. Don't copy me. But you want to get in rooms with the Bitcoin mindset for the up leveling that you're looking for.
Go ahead. One more. I just want to see.
He said he preferred the term statuesque for the thick and lusciously lovely ladies he sneaks a peek at from time to time. That's why I be trying to stay fly, because I don't want him peeking at nobody. He did randomly unfollow a lot of them yesterday. You don't know why. Because we were going to do the show today and the universe knew it. Prep Work, aka KW1. Everyone in the chat, never let people at work see you upset. Always keep a smile on your face. Never let life drag you down. Handle what you can control and don't beat yourself up. Absolutely. You said
Salute.
that so wonderfully, love.
Salute.
And it's hard sometimes when you're at work and people upset you, right? Sometimes you got to check people.
You do have to
Try to do it in the most professional of ways, but when you have an accountability partner, though, that person can tell you if you're being reasonable or if you're being unreasonable. Women, I'm pausing for emphasis. Women, we tend to be very emotional creatures. The progesterone and the estrogen running together can sometimes make us crazy. Those are our hormones. Y'all only got to deal with y'all testosterone. And having the accountability partner helps you to see things reasonably. Sometimes it helps perspective changes, shifts in perspective, shifts in mindset. So this is why I'm telling y'all, we're not islands, we're not peninsulas. We need each other. And we want to discard that narrative that I don't need you and you don't need me and blah, 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 blah. Let go of that. There is a particular party that is profiting off of separate households. They're profiting off of that, right? Instead of one strong household, they're only getting the money from that one household.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting the money from you and your baby mama 1 and baby mama 2 and baby daddy 3 and baby daddy 4. And it's a community where they're profiting off of. So we want the community to kind of rein things in and come back to the way we used to kind of do things back in the day. Things you can't control, give it to God. Amen, honey. Cryptwork says she will check somebody, but then she'll smile afterwards. Me too, because I done got it off my chest.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll check you with a smile, but you know I ain't playing with you.
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
I ain't playing with you. I'm going to have you cam up too so I can look you in your eye like,
there we go.
Who do you think you're talking to? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
But
for my old school people, and you know, you didn't get the joke, maybe.
What, baby?
Who you talking to?
Who you talking to? I don't get it.
That's the old Biggie line, if you guys know.
What from what?
From it was the very start of the little dun where he's talking about the way he robbed the New York Knicks rapper. And I'm sorry.
When he was with the girl, right?
Yeah, but that's how it started.
Oh no, I don't remember that. Yeah, we trying to see if we could do a hip hop show or something. We could do a segment on bars and stuff. Yeah. Bitcoin Shango. I had a former soldier of mine tell me, Big Sarge, the reason the command team keeps messing with you is you always smiling. Yeah, when he used to smile a lot in the military. Okay. They'll mess with you if you smile in the military.
Yeah.
Because they feel like you coming away from your military bearing.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that Bitcoin Shango?
Yeah, they wanted to wipe the smile off his face.
Oh, okay.
Them's fighting words.
Yeah, I don't know if you still active duty and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, it's a very thin line with what we call showing all your teeth. Like sometimes can't be smiling. Like you want to smile to be ingratiating. Approachable. Yeah, approachable and ingratiating. But you also have to have that level of yeah, I understand that. Okay. I can see that.
But you used to smile too. You'd be the only one in the I might have to bust some pictures out for y'all. You'd be the only one in the platoon smile. In all them pictures where the squad is there.
Oh yeah,
like I was all I see is this beautiful smile and a cute little dimple.
But yeah, they might press you. No, I'm not. I don't know your rank.
He called him Big SAR, so
you're above
middle
the people.
Tier, yeah.
Yeah, so
definitely a journeyman.
Yeah, cats will try to press you on that.
Dear Bit, she said, I only wish my hubby is so damn much younger. Sometimes I think I'm talking to a poor thing. Talk enough that he will get it all soon. Hopefully he'll laugh and ask, why did he listen to me? Okay, so she's the mentor in that relationship.
Oh, okay, dear Bit. Is that
That's Audrey.
Okay, Audrey.
That's Audrey. So in this relationship, and I get a lot of flack for it.
Let me ask a question. If I missed that, her husband is younger than her?
Yeah, so she's the mentor in that relationship. But I get a lot of flack, y'all. Y'all know I tell y'all all the time, he changed my life. right? My husband is my mentor. He's my accountability partner. He's the head of this household. Yes, he is my head, right? That's scripture. Y'all go check it out. And I get a lot of flack for just speaking a truth, right? And that's the truth in my relationship. My husband knows how to lead. My husband is a visionary. He knows what he's talking about. He has an excellent track record as a husband, a father, and the head of the household. It's like if your CEO is getting gains and making profits and taking the company to the next level, if your husband does that in the house, why we can't give him that same credit that we would give our CEO boss at work? And I just notice a lot of people give a respect to strangers that they wouldn't give in the household where it's due, right? We're not talking about households where you're not a leader, you don't have vision, you're not leading your family in the right way. I'm not talking about that. But when I tell women this is my truth, and I'm a very intelligent woman, so I know what I'm looking at. My husband is my mentor, and he's able, it's just in that direction. Not to say that we don't leverage each other's strengths and weaknesses, but he sees things in a way that I don't, hence the vision part. And I'm honest about that. I'm very humble when it comes to what I need and the ability to be coachable and teachable and so on and so forth, because I have somewhere I want to go. So I'm going to humble myself and take the direction and take the guidance that the Lord has given me right here in the house. I don't have to reach outside of my house to look for it. So I'm not sure why I get so much flack for it. But ladies, if your husband is the CEO of your household corporation, amen. And be proud of that. Be proud of that.
I want to see what this is.
Bitcoin Shango said he retired 5 years ago this month. He's an NCOIC. So he had to be approachable, but they all got relieved of duty by a 2-star. God was good to him that day. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because they were saboteurs.
Yeah.
And you can't have that on the team. That's deadly.
Most definitely.
Yeah, if he went into a theater of operation with them, he would have gotten friendly fire.
Oh boy. Oh man. I wish I could do a show on friendly fire. And see, she brought
We
this
should.
up. But
so we should do a show about saboteurs. And you being people's friends.
Yeah.
And them not being a friend to you.
Yeah.
We're going to do a show about it, Shango.
Yeah. And it because I hate it.
We having some situations right now. Right now. Saboteurs and friendly fire.
I can't stand saboteurs and stuff like that.
So we're not going to keep you guys too long. Dear bit, I love what you guys have. It's how I was raised. My father led. He was a good man. My dad led too. He was a great daddy.
I know her father. He was a great man. I
never told me no. Led me to spoiling.
He was a great man.
But we wanted to give you guys some tidbits on some of the stuff that we do that allow us to get the outcomes that we get. And here's the thing about outcomes, y'all. You don't have to tell anybody about the outcomes you're getting. The proof is in the pudding, and people talk so much that they will eventually tell on themselves. And one of the feedback that we get is people just love our authenticity. We don't tell y'all nothing we don't really do. We're not to say we're not building a brand. It's just that we're building our character. We're building our family, like for real. And the brand just works with that. If you guys are out here building brands and you see it all the time, people are building brands based on illusion. Right? I don't know how many of you guys saw the T.I. Tiny debacle with their son King, right? So T.I. was trying to build a brand around family. And it only took some time before it came out that that's not what your children are going on platforms where there's millions and millions of streamers, and they're saying they don't raise kids. That's not what they do. We don't live here in the house with them. And it got to the point where they're in trouble with their production company because they entered into a contract fraudulently. We see a lot of people who say, I'm a trader and here go my wins and this, that, and the third. And then when you kind of look deeper into it, they're trading from a demo account. And they're trying to lure you into, paying for them to teach you how to trade. They're not even trading real money. Build your brand on authenticity. Build your character first, right? Put that together. Walk in truth. That's what the Bible tells you. Walk in truth, and then all other things will be added unto you. Those things will just accompany you naturally, and you'll get a lot further than if you're building stuff on pretense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's up with our homie.
Bitcoin Shank. Oh wait, Ruel. Ruel said, "Have a good one, y'all. Thanks for dropping that knowledge." Bye, Ru.
All right, bro.
Bye, content cousin. Shango. We tend to be very friendly to people who are not friends to us. We have big hearts because that's love, loyalty. We try to show others. Shame others. It's a shame others are hurt so much that all they know how to do is hurt. And that's the truth. But a lot of times people will hate you for being great. They'll hate you for walking in your truth because a lot of times those people have what we call imposter syndrome. They want to be that thing that you walk in and that you are naturally, and they hate you for it. They resent you for it. They dislike you for it. And unfortunately, those people be people that are close to you. We're not talking about a lurker on your social media page. We're not talking about a lurker in the audience watching a live. We are talking about people in your life that you interact with, and you start to just kind of pick up on like, oh, okay, so you don't really love me like that, right? You make these comments that let me know that you resent me or you dislike me or you have some type of problem with me because I am reaching for something higher.
Yeah.
And they're scared to reach for something higher, or they don't want to put the work in that you're willing to work in, the work you're willing to put in order to have the outcomes that you have, in order to have the lifestyle that you have. They don't see the 3:45 a.m.
Yeah, so
they don't see you running on the track and you can't have hardly breathe when you got a nice body. They don't see the work you put in when you're dollar cost averaging. You're sacrificing. I would love those boots, or I would love that jacket, or I would love that car. And you're sacrificing. And all of a sudden they want to know, you're a whole coiner? You got multiple whole coins? Yeah, while you was out at the club buying bottles at the bar, I was at home dollar cost averaging. That's what we were doing. There's a story about, is it Eric B. and Rakim?
Well, man, it's not Eric B. and Rakim. It's actually EPMD.
It's EPMD.
Yes.
So the story is one used to party, chase after the girls, and the other one is in the studio. He's buying real estate. He's making very good financial investments. Yeah. He's not out partying. He's in the studio early, staying in late. And then when you hear the shout, that's a West Indian thing. When you hear the shout, is Aunt Pauline on here? One had way more money and the other one was looking at him like, where the money coming from? You cheating me? Like, nobody's cheating you. You mismanage your money. We got paid the same.
Yeah, and
you mismanaged your money.
They did a documentary on that. You want to go catch it. But yeah, it was just simply about management.
But they fell out over that.
Yeah, management of money. Fiat currency management of funds.
And it wasn't a situation where he was secretly, siphoning off funds or anything. It's just that when you got paid, that's what you did. And when I got paid, that's what I did.
Yeah, and that happens, and that's part of chopping wood, because you're doing something else, and I'm chopping wood.
You're the grasshopper. You're playing. You're running, and then you gotta come, and that you'll resent that too, right? When the winter comes. And we got a full stock house. The stock house is full. The barnyard is full. Whatever proverbial metaphor you want to use, it's full. Your Bitcoin wallet is pressed down, shaking, and overflowing, right? They resent you for it. So we should do a show. That would be a form of pocket watching, though, for real.
Yeah, man. And for the people out here who said, because we got in early. So he
was talking to you.
So see, I would like to talk.
He was talking to you.
Individual. I would like to talk to him directly.
Apparently, because we got in early, we're not real Bitcoiners. Because we got in early, we're seeing gains, and that's why we're seeing gains. But again, this person doesn't see us every 2 weeks. Simon has a plan for money, no matter where it comes from, if it's expected or unexpected. So there's a lot of people who every now and then they get an unexpected windfall of money and there's no plan for it. So by the time the money passed through their hand, it's gone. He always has a plan. So there's a plan for the money and we stick to that plan.
Yeah.
So if we do, and every now and then we do get unexpected sums of money, we get an opportunity where we can work a consultation or something like that. And it was just like, oh, I didn't expect this. And we got, extra couple thousand or whatever for the month. There's a plan for it, right? Before it even gets to cross the radar of our mind on what we can do with it, we already have a plan for it. This is where it's going. People don't see that.
Yeah. So, and it's something we consistently talk about. Something that I think that everybody, should have in their mindset.
Absolutely. Add that to your plan.
Plan.
Unexpected money, doesn't matter how much it is. If it's $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, here's the plan.
Right. And the old Dave Ramsey, and you guys, I know people bang on Dave Ramsey, but go back and check out.
Everything has a utility.
Everything has a utility. He'll tell you how you should allocate your money, and you should put whatever in 10% here, this, that, and the third. Check out Dave Ramsey to get started and move forward. And if you want to be, somebody, you want to double down on stuff, and you're ready for that, right?
Right.
But don't treat this thing like a damn casino.
Be intentional about your life and every facet of it, right?
So, yeah.
It says, they say you only live once, but apparently you only die once. You live every day. So with every day that you live, be intentional. Invest that time in yourself and planning your day.
Bars.
Planning your finance. Planning your professional development. Planning your personal development. That includes your health. That includes maybe reading more, expanding your knowledge base about something or everything, however you want to do it. Maybe it's learning to write or learning a new skill, right? Invest time in yourself. And if you take some of that time away from the time we spend on social media and you invest half of that in yourself, you're going to start to see up leveling.
Yeah, you're going to see up leveling, and you are. And let's be honest with it. I mean, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to have her read and then we'll get out of here.
Okay.
When she says invest time in yourself and not social media, she means stop fucking around.
I said it nicely, though. But for real, right? And many of you are watching this on social media, so it's an oxymoron at this point. But if you are going to use social media, utilize it productive. That's what we're talking about, right? I know one of the things that people like to do on social media is somebody will have some subliminals at somebody else. People are tagged. You're going in and you check in. It's like, oh, look at this comment. And this. Don't spend time doing that. Don't be an internet detective. Right? Take some time. But if you're planning your day, those little pitfalls don't catch you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you have somewhere to be, you have something to do, you have something to accomplish, and you realize, like, I got to get off of here because I got to go do this, or I got to get this done, or I got to read this book. I still have a couple chapters to go, so on and so forth. So we just wanted to motivate you guys today because in spite of economic winter, in spite of political upheaval, in spite of whatever is going on in the world, you have control over you and your household.
Yes. And we're going to get into this again. Go through these things, and now I'm gonna
Okay, so Bitcoin Shango said he's just waiting to be called a miser, hoarder, borderline sociopath because he got his Bitcoin early. Yeah, we got some shots at us too. Okay. I totally see the government. Hold on, babe. I totally see the government's trying to force me to share my Bitcoin. Bitcoin, what is early? We're all here early. It's a good question, right? It's just like, But Simon was starting to invest during the cowboy days. I'm sure we told our story a thousand times. So paper wallets and stuff like that. So we did.
But
We were
early is
blessed.
Now is early.
Now is early.
Because once 10 years from now, somebody gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't get it." Now is early.
Dave Ramsey offers structure. So I noticed that a
he
lot of
does.
people like to just completely trash things. Cash is trash, and this is trash, and shit for brains, and y'all. Everything has a utility. Everything, if you looked into it deep enough, may have some type of benefit for you. So even if Dave Ramsey, he may hate crypto, and we don't care about that. His utility is structure, discipline with finances. So you don't go to him for your crypto advice or for your crypto motivation for the day.
Yes.
You go to him for structure, you go to him for discipline. He has nuggets of wisdom that you can utilize in your life, in your up leveling. And if y'all don't take anything away from the Simon family, the Bitcoin mindset, one of the things that's tethered to that is understanding that everything has utility. We don't completely trash or denigrate or toss out the window the entire bathtub, baby, water, bathroom sink. We don't do that. And there's a lot of people in the space that practice that. Right? Everything has a utility. Just take a moment. Is there wisdom in this? Is there a wisdom here that I can apply in my real world application that will benefit myself and my family? And if the answer is yes, don't listen to the narrative. Don't listen to the trends. Go with that. Take a note of it. It may not work for somebody else, and it wasn't designed to.
True.
Right? So when you have somebody like, nah, that's crap in this. Okay, it didn't work for you, mama. But I found a benefit. I found a utility to it, and I'm going to utilize that. Dear Bit. Oh, she said, go on now, Aaron. Let freedom ring. Good points. G-Man. Thanks, fam. We going to be up?
I think so. So, I don't know. We dropped some good gems today. Everybody enjoyed it. Do you think? Right?
I think so.
So yeah.
Some takeaways. Plan your day. Develop a morning routine, right? And make sure your morning routine consists of at least some water, making your bed, grounding yourself in some way, and getting some type of burst of activity in. Okay? Your morning routine should also, if you can get up maybe 15 minutes earlier tomorrow and do that for a week, and then get 30 minutes up, you get up 30 minutes earlier and maybe do that for a week, 2 weeks, and then an hour. That way you can get up at the ideal hour for you.
Yeah.
Right? Whether that be 4 or 5 or 6, pick one of those. And if you're getting up later than that, just do it in small increments so you can develop the habit. We have supercomputers. Set the alarm. If you're trying to structure your day, set multiple alarms on your phone, right? By 6 a.m., I should be on the treadmill. By 7 a.m., I should be dressed and ready for work. By 8:15, I should be on my coffee date with my husband. By this time, this is what I should be doing or working on. So sit down and meditate on ways that you can structure your day. Time management is a discipline just like financial management, and just understand that time is the most precious commodity. So if you're mismanaging your time, in a sense, you are mismanaging your funds, because you could possibly tighten up your time management, and that will eventually lead to some type of profit later on down the road, and hopefully, like we said, every quarter. So what the average person is achieving or not in a calendar year, you're doing 4 times that in the calendar year.
Yeah. And we'll revisit this because this is very important. It's not something you can learn right off the rip, right?
And it's habit development.
Yeah.
It's commitment. And a lot of it is sacrifice. You're sacrificing sleep. You're sacrificing just kind of like, I don't like to say digging around, but just sacrificing,
Yes.
being idle. That's what I would like to say. You're sacrificing being idle, A lot of times you're sacrificing some type of fun activity because you're probably studying, putting a plan together, working on a plan, reviewing a plan, right? It's a lot of structured environment, and it's really good for the soul.
It is, and you know, like I said, we'll come back with on Wednesday. We'll come back with something. I think we have a good show planned for Wednesday. We want to talk about some different things as far as planning, but what else we talk about?
Strategic planning.
Strategic plan. There she goes. She got it.
Because yeah, we're getting some emails where sometimes we'll talk about things and we're not getting into the details on how to execute that, and we don't want to miss that, right? We don't want to take for granted that this is how we strategically plan. Now, granted, you can utilize our ideas and our points and fix it for yourself, make it work for you. Maybe you have something you could share with us, and we'd be like, oh, that's taking us to the next level. But it's going to be strategic planning. So we are going to go get the boys from basketball.
Yeah.
We got a few other things we got to do, but we definitely going to be on a Wednesday. We are so glad that y'all are patient with us as we are trying to be consistent, but we do have to be a bit flexible on where the live fits for the day, because we don't want to take the quality away in maybe rushing a show or anything like that. So thank you so much for being so flexible with it's early, it's late.
Yeah.
We love y'all so much. To my content cousins, holla at us. You know, we just chop it up. We don't need to do a show. We could just talk and chat. Anybody out there, if Bitcoin Shango, definitely email. So Simon and I, we could sit and chat and get to know you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But all of you are welcome to email us at any time. We do phone calls. We do face-to-face. Whatever it is you want to have on your mind, we are here for you.
Yes, indeed.
We are a community, and however we can help, we will try. All right. Y'all take care. You take care too, Bitcoin Shango. Have a great Monday.